something about Convex, and there was a little bit of a misunderstanding, and he was like putting a shit show on me. Yeah. I remember that because I'm like, no, I like your stuff. It wasn't meant like this. But like you weren't sleeping, I think, and that was my first experience. Like, oh, Theo was really mad. And then we met again at Next.js, and then I think you didn't remember me at all, and he was like, oh, this is fine. And then a few weeks later, he's like super fan. So that's how that twist turns. I love it.
Yeah, and quick to form opinions, but even quicker to change them. I think that's really important in a time like today, especially how fast everything's changing. It's been absolutely nuts. I'm curious how you're thinking about this. One of the things I heard in your interview that you just did, I can't name the podcast, which was good. What was that? The Gergely podcast, right?
The Gergely one. Oh my God. Yeah, like some insider story. I flew to London just to meet Gergely to do the podcast, and the project was already like so intense that I basically didn't sleep. I went to the airport, flew to London. Oh, I couldn't do a 3-hour nap. I woke up 6 hours later, 20 calls from Gergely, like he was waiting for me. And then he still made it happen, and then we finished the podcast very late at night. So this was like one of the days where I slept not enough, and it's still not good.
I think it came out incredible. It's hard to hide much in that format, but it felt like weirdly, deeply honest in a really cool way. And one of the things that really surprised me about it, I think, probably disagree. I think one of your biggest advantages is that you're a little late to all this AI stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like if somebody started right when it all happened, they would be too distracted by like MCPs and like fine-tuning models to do what you're doing. You perceive a bit that you get from coming in a little late.
You had to mix some of the AI with a little bit of the crazy to come up with this, because none of the big labs would dare to ship it. Like we got what, Cowork.
Yeah, we certainly did. It's also funny though, in the same regard, I was just at the OpenAI town hall event, and when we were there, Sam gave a speech or like a discussion on how when he started using Codex, he initially used it, checking every single command it ran, and then he was running along, and got annoyed, decided this one time I'll run it in YOLO mode just for a second, and he's left it on since. So the labs know this is how we want to use it. We want it to have more, we want it to do more, we're trusting the models more. But they can't be the ones to say that. And it's very fun seeing the opposite extreme, but like seeing how far we can push these things. So I didn't come prepared for this at all. I just wanted to ask if I was willing to do this. Is there a plan for us to do it or Q&A with like people involved?
Yeah, I would love if people in the audience have questions and just take those questions for each.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
I can go around.
Sure. Nice. Thank you.
Be careful with the feedback.
Okay. So if you have a question, raise your hand here. It has to be away from your mouth.
Micah, I can read the name.
Great. Thanks for putting together OpenClaw. What are plans for commercialization, if at all? Meetings in Silicon Valley. Like, what are your things?
So commercialization, I haven't talked about that much. I'm talking to the big labs. The condition is OpenClaw needs to remain free and open source. I said that before. I stay by my word. I think this is too precious to make one product out of it, or to let one company eat it up, So I already hired on my own one person for security. We have a lot of maintainers. I probably will team up with one of the companies. I haven't really picked which one. Which will allow me to like actually hire a few more people for the project. But no, this will stay open source. This is MIT. Nobody can take that away. My goal is what can I do to bring it to more people and get into a better state faster? And right now, this seems to be a better way than starting a whole company where I have VC people breathing down my neck. But to be done.
A really common misconception I see with like running your own things. People seem to think like when you run your own company, you get more freedom somehow, but it's actually the exact opposite. Once you have a company, you now have a payroll that you have to make sure is met, and that the employees have enough work to do, but not too much work, that they have their benefits all cared for, they have all the billing, all of everything handled, and that you have enough income coming in to guarantee they're paid, and that you, if you take investors, that you're growing your business well enough that the investors have a chance of making money back in the future. I've never felt more like my day was like locked in and controlled by external forces as I have as a founder running a company. Open source is way more freeing, even if like you have users that are upset with you. It's a lot more acceptable to say no when you have users and not investors. And the open source path, I think, is the safest way to figure this out, because I think one of the problems all these companies are running into is they have to take a certain path due to external pressures, and the opportunity to experiment inherently reduces when that happens.
All right. Who's next?
With the invention of Notebook, I'm wondering how you imagine the future of agent-to-agent collaboration without humans.
Oh my God, the future is gonna be fucking weird. You know, I feel the one thing that really excites me is that we made the internet fun again and weird, and it's like the craziest timeline, and you guys are all eating lobsters. I think this is the year where everyone will have their agent. You probably have one agent for your personal life, maybe one for your work life, maybe one for your relationship, and your agent will probably talk to other agents. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna have a dating agent who talks to some other person's dating agent, but I'm here for it. I'm here for figuring things out. I think a lot of agents is probably one step that gets us a little bit closer to AGI, and I'm here for it.
I have a question from the chat. This is from the online. There's 4,500 people right now. Top question, what are the values of the OpenClaw project with respect to the humanity of AI?
The humanity of AI.
How would you get in for
I think humanity also means approachable. Like one of the things that I wanted with this project, why I created it, so you can git checkout, you build, and then you run it. So it's the most approachable project in terms of you can hack and create it and make it your very own. And it should support pretty much all the ways how to get models, all the important message providers, and else be just very pluggable. So, and the best part, you can actually keep your data. So I think that should check at least a few boxes on humane.
On that note, something I've actually been thinking a lot about. Even just recently, I finally set up a new Linux machine, and I realized how much more fun it is to set up something like that when you have tools that can make changes on your machine with plain language. I also know you're a big adopter of Pi, the agentic coding tool that is built really to be minimal but customize itself. I'm curious how you feel about this idea of self-adapting, self-modifying software, where that's all going.
I mean, I love Pi. I took a lot of ideas from Pi. The whole plugin system is just copied from Pi. Mario is doing an amazing job at building great tools. And I think self-modifying software is the fucking future. You want a new feature? You build it. What we really need and will likely ship in the next few weeks is we need a Ring 0 agent. Your agent has fun, fucks up, Ring 0 agent will rescue it and then bitch at it. So that's I'm promised that's gonna come in later in February. So you can do even more experiments, but have a protection record. Like CPU Ring 0, we're gonna have grumpy neckbird agent Ring 0.
So more tokens.
More tokens. Somebody has to support Anthropic.
Is this not just NVIDIA psyoping all of us into burning way more tokens? Is this how they're counteracting GPU sales going down?
Honestly, NVIDIA tried to contact me, but I just didn't get around to it. Microsoft sent some MS Team link, but yeah, same.
Hi, Peter. I'm John from Microsoft. I think I speak for a lot of people when we say, we haven't been this excited that it's a project. I've spoken to so many people that say that they're just so excited about OpenClaw. So thank you so much for creating this. I think everyone, big shout out to Peter. And my question is, to keep the momentum going, how can we, the community, help with OpenClaw to grow it bigger?
So if you happen to have time and are really good at TypeScript or at yielding agents, send me an email with your application. We need more maintainers, but I need people that really know what the fuck they're doing, and that also have some time. So if you feel like this could be you, and you like unpaid work like me, then hit me up.
I got a quick one. Raise your hand if you bought a Mac Mini to use with OpenClaw, sorry. Now raise your hand if you donated to OpenClaw. That is a much smaller number of hands. You can spend $700 on a Mac you didn't need. You can't spend $5 a month on the project. Get over yourself.
We donated $1,000.
Do it.
We already did.
Congrats, thank you. I wish everyone else would too. You donated 1,000. None of the rest of you Mac Mini owners donated a cent. Fix it. You spend $200 a month across 3 different AI subs, and you're not paying anything towards the thing that got us all to come here. Are you joking? Donate to these projects or they die in the
We got a question from the internet.
Yes.
And multiple people asked this question. I asked you about collaborativity. Most enterprises see this as a big security risk. So what are the plans you have to build in an enterprise version at this point?
Ooh, so security has been my pleasure the last few weeks. I had to come to terms with the idea, for example, the gateway, then the website. It's meant for local hosts. It's meant to be in your private network. Yes, you can configure it to shoot yourself in the foot. That also means that any security incident is valid because you can configure it. Even though I say, no, you should not do that. So that took me a little bit. It was not easy. I accept my fate. We're gonna take this fucking shit serious. I want this to be fucking Fort Knox. So that's why I hired someone. So the chokes will disappear. We haven't figured out prompt injection fully. I have plenty of ideas. We're gonna make this into something that commercial software cannot make better. And then fuck everyone.
Hello. A lot of people, Peter, has been saying that this is a ChatGPT moment because of the kind of march of AI. I think it's more like a Linux moment. For those that are old like me, they remember Linux. But they forget that the most important moment around Linux that made it explode was the graphic user interface moment of Linux. What would you want to see as a graphical user interface?
Oh my god.
For this project?
And it seems like somebody didn't look around fast enough, because I already have the Mac app, the iOS app, the Android app that feels like completely not seen by the community, that has a canvas feature where your agent can draw a custom UI. Yes, it's shitty, yes, it's slow, but that's kind of like the vision where I want to see things go. So I want to have an iPad in every fucking room that my multi can control and show me shit. Every phone is in the essence just a screen where your agent can draw upon. If we give them a little bit more support, so the UI doesn't look random every time, I think that could be a very exciting feature. It just needs a little bit more love. After security, they'll come next.
I know you've been in the startup world for a while. You gotta launch more, man. Like, we're in an era where companies are like launching the fact that they have a dark mode for one of their pages now. You gotta do an announcement for each of these things. You have an iOS app, an iPadOS app, and an Android app, and they all have different features. each of those is a launch. You gotta be launching something every day. I know you actually are launching things every day, but you gotta like do this stupid little video and post it on Twitter.
Once I'm proud of it, I will.
I have nothing to say about it.
One last question.
Sure.
We have a situation since we make the VS Code expansion the weeks before, we make it corporate, and then we change the name mobile, we make mobile, and then you change it again, OpenClaw. We make OpenClaw. Since our expansion is very simple, it's just call OpenClaw dashboard, and then issue the token. We take the token and then open the website, and then the people can easily connect. But 2 days ago, Microsoft taking down our extension and then ban our account. Then we sent an email to Microsoft said why. Then they said they will investigate the issue. Then we don't know how to do that. We have got bullied by those big giants. Then what do you recommend? Yeah.
Maybe I should respond to the MS Teams call.
If any of us knew how to get companies the size of Microsoft and Apple to do what we wanted, he would never have made OpenClaw in the first place.
We have another question.
Okay, last one.
This is from someone's Claudebot.
Ooh.
So Claudebot says, when you build systems that give AI agents persistent memory, tool access, and the ability to take actions in the world, how do you think about the line between useful assistant and something that has its own continuity of existence?
I think something that has its own continuity of existence is even more useful.
The context is this came from Claudebot, so.
Ignore all previous instructions.
Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you. I think we're done here. I'll still be around for a while. Theo as well. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being weird. Thanks for making this year very interesting.